Ooh, that's a crispy one.
Yeah, it's just what the doctor ordered, really.
I would like to know what ailment the doctor diagnosed you with that the prescription was beer.
It's maybe don't drink that much 2 days in a row. Itis, very serious.
Mm-hmm.
Been there.
Yeah, I've had that. Anyways, Resident Evil 3.
Yeah.
Resident Evil 3.
James, did you play the last one, RE2?
No, I am not generally a horror game guy, although I can be convinced. Arguments can be made in their favor, and I will, people can twist my arm, essentially, is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then you're in the right place.
Yeah.
I know at least 2 people who are sitting here that have played Resident Evil 3, and they thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
And finished it last night. Yes, I did. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I was saying to you a couple days ago that it's certainly more of the same if you've played the Resident Evil 2 remake, but that is not by any means a bad thing. It's made with the utmost care. The attention to detail is immaculate. And I say in the review that there are a couple, they stubbornly hold on to a couple old gameplay mechanics that honestly in 2020 they just don't look so nice up close. You know what I mean? But this is a really good game.
You're talking about inventory management, right?
Inventory management, mostly, yeah. I felt that there were like a couple spots that like the voice acting was kind of shoddy. And I sorry, go ahead.
Can you elaborate on shoddiness?
It like a lot of it sounded as if not a lot of it, I shouldn't say that, but there were just moments where like Jill's voice actor, she would be like, over there, and it would just be like a really over the top campy kind of way to say something that's like is kind of just a throwaway line. Like it sounded like it was pulled directly from the PS1 generation of these games. But that's very nitpicky because for the most part,
it is a Capcom game, right?
Yeah, exactly, and that's why I kind of whenever something like that would happen, I'd be like, is this just kind of tongue in cheek and it's Capcom and this is what Resident Evil is. And so yeah, I definitely didn't fault the game for that because again, those instances are so few and far between that they weren't really an issue. But yeah, inventory management, like it's pulled directly out of 1999. It's crazy. Like it's super frustrating that you can't use something that you find. Like immediately, I should say. You can't use something before putting it into your inventory. Like a green herb, for example. If you find a green herb, you can't just pick it up and eat it. You have to actually put it into your inventory first and then use it. And obviously, when you're fighting the nemesis for the 5th time, and it's the hardest part of the game, and there are only so many rounds of ammunition that are in the area, and you don't have inventory space to drop anything, but you need to use something. Yeah, it can get frustrating. It's like, this is so not what it's intended to be doing, I think, It's not survival horror at that point, it's just annoying.
See, I my counterpoint to that would be that from the developer's point of view, that's exactly survival horror. Like the whole idea, it's like a scene in a horror movie where you see the heroine running for the car door, and like she runs up to it, and then she's like trying to jam her fucking keys into it, and she's like scratching her signature out on the side because she's fucking it up so bad. She drops them, and she drops them again.
I feel you, but
right?
I would be more inclined to agree with you if they hadn't have been doing this for 15 years. If they hadn't fixed this problem, I should say, 15 years ago. Resident Evil 4, you were able to use stuff right up off the ground. That was 2004, 5, whatever it was. So clearly it hasn't been an issue for 15 years. It just seems like something that it was in the original and they just like by the skin of their teeth kept it in the game. I don't know, you know.
I feel you on the pick up and use right away, but I feel like the limited inventory space is part of what makes the game, right?
Oh, well, I don't have any problem with the limited inventory space. No,
Yeah,
that's fine. That's great. And the fact that you can like pick up pouches and increase the inventory space, no, that's all great. It's mostly like not being able to use things immediately. That's, I don't know. I think that's just completely illogical.
Did that kill you a few times?
A few times, for sure. Man, Nemesis, like I say in the review, like this is not an easy game, you know? Resident Evil 3 does not need any favors. It doesn't need any more advantages than what it already has. Like the Nemesis can already kill you in a couple of shots. You definitely don't need to be given this thing any more advantages.
Well, let's go ahead and talk about the Nemesis, and also drop a spoiler warning in case you don't know what happens in this 22-year-old game. Tread lightly from here. But the Nemesis is fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
It scares the shit out of you every time.
We were talking in the group chat today about the Nemesis and how I mentioned that I feel like they do a better job of making the Nemesis seem like this unbeatable monster through story as opposed to just sort of cheap gameplay mechanics like I felt you kind of ran into with the Tyrant from RE2. I don't know, it just felt like the Tyrant, you'd knock him down and then he'd be up in 2 seconds and he'd know exactly where you are, and you know, it's just like, oh my god, now I gotta deal with this thing again. Whereas the Nemesis, like, I wouldn't call it a character arc, obviously, but he just goes through stages, you know. He has a story told that you're sort of brought along before, and I don't know, you just kind of see him develop throughout these stages of the game, and he becomes more and more threatening and more of a presence, and yeah, they do a good job with that.
He gets new weapons and stuff as he goes along, right?
Yes, he does, and they become bigger and badder than each version before, and
it gets super ridiculous.
Serious, but by the end of the game, like, he's fucking crazy. He's wild, man. Like,
yeah. I mean, they do a great job of having him be a presence, and you know, knowing that you can still encounter him out around any corner. He's probably going to be there. He probably knows where you are. But like you said, Mr. X was more of a, oh, frick, here he comes. I'm going to have to, you know, shoot his hat off and, you know, I'm going to whittle this guy down and then get past him and, you know, then hopefully run away. The Nemesis is more of this constant threat. Like, you can take him down, and that does buy you some time. So sometimes it's worth doing that in a way that you didn't really have in RE2. And you have a lot more ways to deal with the Nemesis than you did with Mr. X.
Yes, absolutely.
Jill and Carlos are way more agile than Claire and Leon. Super capable. Jill's a total badass. There's a quick dodge mechanic. If something is really close to biting you or really close to hitting you, either the Nemesis or a regular zombie, you can do these sweet dodge rolls that feel awesome to pull off.
Yeah.
So it's a lot more of an action game than RE2.
That was another thing that I felt like, I don't know, maybe it was just me, but I felt that the dodging itself was a little inconsistent.
Yeah.
There were times where it worked flawlessly, and it's like every time you pull it off, you're like, oh man, that's sweet. Like, it looks great, and it sets you up into a good position to do what you need to do, whether that's attack your enemy or to like back off and run away. But so often I would hit the button and nothing would happen. And I don't know if I just never got the timing down, but I don't know, like, it just really felt inconsistent. There were times where I felt like I was pretty sure I nailed that dodge and I was getting my neck chomped on, you know?
I feel you there.
Yeah.
I think either the window is super tight or there's some dice roll in the background where sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't.
Yeah.
I would kind of hope it's just like a slim window and it's not like, oh, also there's RNG in your dodge mechanic. Like, that seems brutally unfair.
I think
Yeah.
it is. I think that sounds right. It's just you have a slim window, and I wouldn't be surprised if we saw that get patched in a month or two. Because it seems I wasn't able to shake this the entire game, and again, I don't know if I just never got the timing down, but I really don't think that's it.
So the other thing is that this is not exactly a long game.
No,
How did you time your playthrough? How long did it take you?
it was 7 hours and 50 minutes. And keep in mind, like, I had not been through this game in a very long time, 20 years. So I really had no idea what I was doing. There were a few times where I was running around like the chicken with its head cut off, trying to figure out what to do next, searching online for a walkthrough to figure out what the hell, what piece am I missing here. But no, eventually I made it through, and it was only 7 hours and 52 minutes, I believe.
Yeah, and
I've
that's probably on the longer end
heard-
of things.
Yeah, I've heard other reviewers say that they got like 6 hours. So listeners, that means that you can probably do it in 4.
Yeah.
You can really steamroll this thing if you know what you're doing. But just like the last game, it feels a lot like it's really set up for speedrunners.
Yeah, for speedrunners and people that just like replayability. If you're somebody that is just kind of a one and done gamer, you don't have time to go through something more than once, then maybe this isn't the best bang for your buck. Maybe wait for a sale. But if you like to replay things, if you like to speedrun, like Paul said, man, there's a lot to be had here.
Yeah, because... Sorry, go ahead, James.
I was just gonna say, like, a game this like that's both short and with a lot of like wiggle room mechanically for the different things that you can do and the different ways you can do them. It feels not only perfectly designed for speedrunners, but I think it's designed in such a way that it encourages people to become speedrunners.
Yeah. It's a very fun game to play through quickly. You know, Resident Evil games have always been like that. I remember speedrunning RE4 when I was 15, 16, loving doing that. It was so much fun, especially once. And this game is no different in that, once you beat the game, you unlock points, and then you can spend the points on costumes and new weapons and all that sort of stuff. So it makes the harder difficulties easier, but more fun. I love running through a hard difficulty Resident Evil with a rocket launcher and just, murking everything. I love that. And yeah, this does that very well.
And if you're the kind of person who really wants completely impractically dressed Jill Valentine back, you can go get that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
Upon your first playthrough of the game, you will have enough points to get that classic costume.
it's not quite as shiny as the old one,
No.
but I'm sure the PC modding community will have an answer for that within a few.
Well, if you
hours.
have the PC version, you can just play as nude Jill Valentine. So.
Already.
Or you can give Nemesis a
Yes.
Speedo and no clothes. That's a thing you can do.
Oh, hell yes.
The
That would be like orders of magnitude more terrifying.
purple banana hammock.
Yeah, just
Oh.
a mostly naked Nemesis charging at you.
Yeah.
I've seen the screenshots. It's
Okay, but
Remarkable.
I'm curious to see what stage 2, stage 3 Nemesis looks like in this thong.
Ooh. Oh,
Does-
man.
do you think the thong covers more or less as he gets more powerful?
I would hope more, but I really don't know.
For real though, it is a pretty rad monster design.
Very,
I think they did a good job updating it.
very, very cool. Yeah. He got the Hollywood treatment.
The whole game kind of did. I mean, the original was already more of a linear, actiony, AAA big budget kind of thing. Like where RE2, you were always looping back on yourself and ending up back somewhere near or in the police station. 3 takes you a lot of different places, which I really preferred. Like I prefer playing this game to playing RE2 just because of the variety, a little more open space, and obviously the Nemesis system.
you got there.
There you go. Got it. Eventually.
Couple drinks.
Makes a big
eh?
difference.
Um,
Actually, no. Unbelievably. Wow.
I'm stunned, but Yeah, I totally agree that the open space feels good. Yeah, coming from RE2, the open air feels nice, especially like the beginning section of the game, the first like 2 or 3 hours when you're running through the city and you're going back and forth. I love like the donut shop and everything, all the neon throughout the like ravaged city. Everything looks really, really nice. Not that the whole game doesn't look gorgeous.
Yeah, I was gonna say you played this on Xbox One.
Yes.
How did you feel it held up?
It held up fine, and here's another like marker of like a high quality game. My Xbox One is a launch version, and that thing actually ran very, very smooth. Yeah, not really any slowdown. Like there was definitely a little bit of lag, but I definitely wasn't gonna fault the game for that. It was certainly a hardware issue. But other than that, like you would think that you were playing the game on a pro system or something like that. I was kind of skeptical about playing it on my Xbox and not on my PS4 because I have the Pro. But no, on a launch Xbox One, the thing looked beautiful. It loaded quickly enough, and just a few instances of slowdown when things got like super hectic.
Yeah. Ditto on the PS4. It loads fast enough, but this Capcom engine, I forget what it's called, re-engine or something.
Yeah.
It's really sharp. The characters look amazing.
They're incredible. Like I said in the review, and I truly did mean it, that there are a couple times in the game, a couple shots that I was like, holy shit, that actually looks like real life.
Yeah, there are a few screen grabs that I've taken from the PS4 version where, yeah, it's pretty shocking.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So RE3 comes out on April the 3rd?
April 3rd.
3rd.
Yeah, PC, Xbox One, PS4. And
Rhett, where can we find your full review?
full review is cogconnected.com. It was posted today, and yeah, go check it out. I posed the question at the end of it, does this mean that Resident Evil 4 is next? Please, God.
I mean, honestly, they'd be silly not to.
Yeah.
But I will say the one thing that bothers me about this game is they did shred some content. There's a few places that you're not going to end up going in RE3.
Yes. Yes.
Which is a little unfortunate considering the runtime of the game.
Exactly. The clock tower. Yes. It's out there now, so I can say it. The clock tower has been cut. And a lot of fans aren't happy about that. But man, I don't know. It's just everything that's there is so good that I had a really tough time taking points away from something that wasn't there. I don't know. I had a tough time doing that. I enjoyed everything that was there.
That's the great struggle of being a reviewer, and a trap that a lot of even well-known, well-established reviewers fall into is reviewing what they wish the game had been rather than what it is.
Yeah.
Keep it locked to COG Connected for more on Resident Evil 3. I know there's a bunch of videos that have gone up or are going up on the YouTube, so check those out. And otherwise, keep it locked right here for more gaming news, reviews, previews, features, all that stuff. Lots of big games coming out in the next few months, and plenty that have already come out this year and blew our minds. So stick around for all that, and we will talk to you soon.